Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Kevin Thompson, investment advisor representative from Rethink Wealth, Park Avenue Securities, and Guardian Life. And we are here to talk to you today about the Secure Act. The Secure Act that was just put into place at the end of the year of 2019 and implemented in 2020. We are going to break down some intricacies of how we could use the Secure Act and how ultimately it's changed some of the IRA landscape. I am joined as always by James McGlynn of Next Quarter Century, CFA, RICP of Next Quarter Century. James, how are you today, kind sir?
I'm doing great, Kevin. How are you?
Just coming off a little bit of a flu, but I am okay. As you know, as you do know, you can join us on our podcast through iTunes and SoundCloud. You can also go to YouTube and type in Rethink Wealth and listen to our podcast and our views on Roth IRAs and all these other things that we like to talk about. But today we are here to talk about the Secure Act. James, tell me what's the number one reason, or the number one, I guess, one of the number one things that the Secure Act actually did that could benefit most people?
The number one benefit was raising the RMD age from 70 and a half to 72, which allows people to either defer their money in their IRAs a little longer or to do Roth conversions for another year and a half.
So deferring their RMD. So for those who don't know, go through what is an RMD?
Okay, before this legislation, when you turn 70 and a half, you'd have to start withdrawing money from your IRA, and that would be a taxable event. Now that age has been raised to 72 before you have to be forced to take money from your IRA and generate ordinary income.
And that's an acronym standing for what?
Required minimum distribution.
So the government required individuals that were 70 and a half to take money out of their IRAs. What about the Roth IRAs? Did they have to take money out of them?
Nope.
So you had to take money out of your IRAs at 70 and a half based on, of course, there's life expectancy, there's formulas and things like that. But at one point you had to take money out of your IRA at 70 and a half. Now it's 72. What's the real benefit of a year and a half?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. But for those who were taking money out of their IRAs at before 70 and a half, or sorry, at 70 and a half, you have to continue to start taking money, out of your IRA right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, anybody on the call who was taking money before will have to continue taking money.
So you're not grandfathered in.
Well, you don't get a pass based on age change.
So if you're taking money out of your IRA from a required minimum distribution last year, you have to continue to take those RMDs out of your account. So James, outside of the RMDs, talk to us a little bit about something else in the Secure Act that you thought was intriguing.
Okay, that was the benefit that retirees got. The way to pay for it was to eliminate the stretch IRA.
Wait. Stretch IRAs. Go a little bit deeper in stretch IRAs. What does that mean?
When an IRA gets passed, first it can be passed to a spouse, but after that it gets passed down to a beneficiary, and that beneficiary before was able to withdraw money based on their lifetime expectancy. And Congress said, well, that's way too long. And they changed it from a lifetime stretch for the IRA to make it 10 years maximum.
So people used to be able to stretch their IRAs by giving their IRA dollars to making them go into an inherited IRA and allow them to stretch it during their life expectancy to basically, they can stretch these things for how long, James?
Probably 80 years. They to a 1-year-old.
Exactly. Exactly. You can stretch these things for quite some time. So Congress basically eliminated that, and now they're making it to where it's a 10-year provision where you have to deplete those assets within 10 years. That doesn't mean that you have to deplete those assets every single year, James. Is that correct?
That's correct. And like I said, they eliminated it going forward, but if you currently are receiving money under the stretch IRA, they didn't change that. Those were grandfathered.
So it does. So like James mentioned, it doesn't mean you have to take money out year 1, year 2, year 3, like you do with regular RMDs.
There are no RMDs on the new IRA.
Yes, absolutely. There's no RMDs, but like how people understand it. So there's not necessarily a need to take money out every single year. However, if you don't take monies out in the first 9 years, in that 10th year, you have to deplete that entire account. So if it's a $100,000 account and you don't take any money out for the first 9 years, in that 10th year, all that money's got to come out, which could theoretically be a high tax bill for the individual depleting those assets. James, anything else on the Secure Act that you found interesting that we need to tell the people?
For retirees, those are the two major ones. I think, yes, you can still contribute to an IRA after age 70 and a half now. This was a change. I don't think people are all excited about contributing more to an IRA at that age.
No, the rule was at 70 and a half, you can now, or at 70, you no longer can put money into an IRA because of the age. And of course, if you're no longer working from a Roth perspective, then you have to have earned income as well. So from that perspective, there's a bunch of different idiosyncrasies there. But in the most part for the Secure Act, there's a couple of things that you need to worry about or to learn about. One, RMDs went from 70 and a half to 72. If you're taking RMDs right now, you must continue to take your RMDs. Part 2 is now from an inherited IRA perspective, if someone passes away this year and someone inherits that IRA, they must start taking dollars out of that IRA within a 10-year period. They can no longer stretch those over their life expectancy.
And then inherited, but not by the spouse, that can still continue their lifetime.
And that's a great point. If it's a non-spouse IRA, non-spouse inherited IRA, then you must take it out within 10 years. If you're a spousal, then there's a bunch of different things you can do. So if you have questions on that, if you're a spouse inheriting some assets from a deceased spouse, please give us a call. We can definitely help you guys out with that.
And Kevin, I think the number 2 here, both of these, both should be pushing people to consider doing Roth IRAs.
Roth IRAs, and why is that, James?
For one, the raising of the RMD age from 70 and a half to 72 allows you another year and a half to put money directly from an IRA into a Roth to pay the tax and let that grow. In addition, the stretch IRA, if it's inherited, yes, you have to take it all within 10 years, but you might wait that 10th year to take it out. So it's both of these should be pushing people to do Roth IRAs or consider more.
And what's the benefit of a Roth?
After the money's in there, you never get taxed on it again.
Yeah, after the money's in there, you never get taxed on it again. Certain stipulations, of course. So we can go through that in depth on another call, because again, there's other things we have to consider. But outside of that, from a high level point of view, Roth dollars are tax free upon withdrawal. Just high level. Again, not every time, but a majority of the time. James, you have any other questions?
Nope.
Hey, appreciate your time, man. You always give us a wealth of knowledge. You're one of the most knowledgeable people in regards to the retirement income space, and we enjoy having you on the call.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you. As always, guys, go to our podcast, go to our YouTube. These will all be on there for you guys to listen to. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me. My phone number is 682-233-7773. It's Kevin Thompson, Investment Advisor Representative of Rethink Wealth, Park Avenue Securities. And we're looking forward to having multiple continued conversations around retirement income planning. Talk to you soon.